Of all the fantasy games out there, I have found I like Pathfinder the most. This was partly due to it having only one core book required rather than D&D's 3, though 5th Ed looks to be excellent, and the fact Paizo has supported the game with the amazing Adventure Path line of books. But so many games seem to be geared towards the experienced gamer. It's like companies realise their core audience and caters to them. Well, that does make sense. Absolutely. But in that lies a problem. The core gamer is one who has played for some time, maybe even many years. They are very familiar with all the components and concepts of RP and everything that goes with it. But every hobby needs new people, not just the old guard. If we want the hobby to thrive and continue, it needs those new players. But drop a core book in front of a player who has heard of D&D or Pathfinder and thinks it sounds cool, yet doesn't know much about it, then wow, a 300 plus page book can be straight out intimidating to a new player. So what is the alternative? In 1983, when I was 11, I got the Red Box Beginner set for D&D. It was brilliant, and it was a simple introduction to the game. The core player in 1983 was very different to those today. Firstly, they were much younger, and there was a lot more of them. Sorry guys, I know a lot of people have used the YouTube RPG community as proof that the hobby is as huge as ever, but it's not. RPs, but especially D&D, was in every school when I grew up. Lunchtime libraries was filled with games going on, and people that we knew from all different schools said the same thing. There were specialty gaming shops, but even the small local bookstores stocked D&D. Some larger chains today stock Pathfinder and D&D, but most give you a blank stare if you need to know anything about it. But having said that, it's still a positive thing to have them in those stores. This hobby is far from dead, but we have lost that core follow-on group. Those who played D&D in high school grew older and kept playing, but we lost those that followed us. They moved to console gaming instead. Right now there is a bit of revival going on. Will Wheaton's Tabletop and Titan's Grave vids, as well as gameplay vids from channels like Critical Role, have helped to bring some attention back to RP, as well as a revival in board games. With new games released like FFG's awesome Star Wars game, there is also some dissatisfaction in the computer game guys as well. We've recently had some friends who are die-hard computer game guys turn to try RP because they liked what it had to offer. Things like creative control, far more freedom, and not being forced into simple option choices. So what if you have a teen wanting to get into RP, or someone coming from a different background like comp games? What do we do? Well, we should all be ambassadors for our hobby. Help new players whenever we can. If they are very new, then you might not want to include them in your regular game, and they might not want that either. It's easy for us, but it can be intimidating to someone who has never done it before. So what else is there? FFG has a beginner box for each of their core Star Wars lines. Pathfinder has one for theirs, and the D&D Red Box is back. If you have a couple of new players and a couple of your regular group who are willing to play, then you have a great way to teach new gamers. These beginner boxes are brilliant for just that scenario. So looking at Pathfinders, the first thing is it comes in a sturdy cardboard box, and there is a bit of a weight to it. Inside you get some cardboard tokens, and these are great for giving people a visual idea of where things are in battle. It has a couple of blank character sheets that they won't use yet, but it's cool that they are included, a full set of dice. There are 4 pre-gen characters, 2 male and 2 female. A fair split, gamers are more diverse now. These pre-gens allow a new player to jump in much sooner. Later on they will want their own characters, but right now the pre-gen takes some of the stress away. The sheets have a bunch of extra info on them explaining things and just generally make life easier for a new player. A hero's handbook, and I like that over a player's guide. The players are the heroes of the piece. It's just a title, but it sets the scene. It covers the basics of the game and even has some character creation stuff. Lastly is the Game Master's Guide. It has an adventure, general rules, and some solid how to GM stuff. It's a good box set. It does the job for which it is intended very well. If you're an experienced GM, it's still worthwhile picking up. It would make a great gift, or one day being used to introduce new players into the hobby. We need these beginner boxes because not everyone has access to an experienced gamer, and these sets are aimed at helping that person. Please tell me that was good.